Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Sam Elliott's new Taylor Sheridan casting is even better after his role in Timothy Olyphant's 15-year-old Western crime drama series. Legendary Western star Sam Elliott has been cast in Taylor Sheridan's Landman, and it will perfectly build off his role in a Timothy Olyphant Western from 10 years ago. Though Landman Season 2 is still a long ways off, we've already gotten a lot of information about the upcoming Taylor Sheridan show. From Cami Miller's Demi Moore expanded role on the show to some of the unanswered questions the ending of Landman Season 1 set up, we have a fairly good picture of how the next season will look. One of the most encouraging pieces of news was that Sam Elliott was cast in Landman Season 2. There are plenty of reasons to be excited about Sam Elliott's currently unknown role in Landman Season 2. Elliott has long been a legend of Western movies and shows, and his expertise is something Landman and Taylor Sheridan will almost certainly make use of. It will also be a reunion for Elliott and Tommy Norris actor Billy Bob Thornton, who first collaborated on Tombstone. Perhaps the most exciting part of Elliott's casting, however, is his 2015 role on a season of Timothy Olyphant's acclaimed Western crime drama Justified. One of the best signs of how good Sam Elliott could be in Landman Season 2 is how similar his villainous character in Justified was. In Justified Season 6, Elliott played Avery Markham, a ruthless gangster and drug dealer who was looking to buy up land and grow weed in Kentucky. Elliott's Markham is immediately similar to Landman and its characters, particularly Galino, Andy Garcia, a ruthless cartel boss who's trying to edge in on Texas land and get in on the oil business. If Elliott's character ends up being a villain in Landman Season 2, he can just channel the same performance he gave in Justified. Even if Sam Elliott's Landman Season 2 character turns out to be an ally to Tommy Norris, his experience from Justified will still be helpful. Elliott has already learned how to think like a powerful and land-hungry criminal in Justified Season 6, so he should be able to use that knowledge to deal with Galino and the cartels in Landman. If he plays some kind of enforcer for Tex or a lawman helping Tommy out, Elliott will already have all the knowledge he needs to turn the cartel plot in Landman Season 2 into a full-on war. There's another show in Sam Elliott's history that's also relevant to his Landman casting: Taylor Sheridan's 1883. Elliott was the star of the Yellowstone prequel 1883, where he played wagon boss and Civil War veteran Shea Brennan. 1883 already proved that Sam Elliott can perfectly breathe life into Taylor Sheridan's impeccable writing, which is another great sign for Landman Season 2. His experience with the writer and director should make it even easier to join Landman partway through its story and blend into it naturally. Additionally, Elliott's casting in Landman demonstrates that he's earned Taylor Sheridan's respect as an actor. Even though Sheridan regularly recasts actors in different shows, he also has a reputation that allows him to get pretty much any actor he wants. If Sheridan thinks that Jon Hamm, for example, is the right person for a role, then Hamm is probably going to take the part. The fact that Sheridan got Sam Elliott to do another project in the form of Landman Season 2 is proof that he thinks Elliott is the perfect person for the part. If there was someone better, Sheridan would have been able to get them. Landman Season 2 is also great news for Sam Elliott, as it gives him a replacement for 1883. As a limited series, 1883 only lasted a single season, and the ending of 1883 saw Elliott's character die. While it did work well, it also meant that Elliott was missing out on a longer-running show with the ever-popular Taylor Sheridan. Landman Season 2 is the perfect replacement for 1883. Now Elliott can be part of a Sheridan show for as long as it runs, and he can enjoy even more popularity than 1883 had. Sam Elliott's role in Landman Season 2 is already prime. Sam Elliott had already played every great Western role, a man with a mustache and gravel in his voice could possibly portray, think again. With the news that Elliott has been cast in an upcoming Taylor Sheridan project, fans of the genre are already tipping their hats, and for good reason. Sheridan, the mastermind behind Yellowstone, 1883, and mayor of Kingstown, knows how to craft compelling tales of the American West. And with Elliott on board, this might just be his most authentic casting yet. What makes it all the more exciting is how this new role echoes and elevates what Elliott once did in one of Timothy Oliphant's most revered series, the FX classic Justified. 15 years ago, Oliphant starred as U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens in Justified, a neo-Western crime drama adapted from Elmore Leonard's writing. The show ran for 6 seasons and garnered praise for its tight dialogue, morally complex characters, and unflinching portrayal of backwoods justice in Harlan County, Kentucky. While Oliphant rightly earned accolades for his cool, Stetson-wearing lawman, it's worth remembering that Sam Elliott, in a guest arc during the show's later years, left a thunderous impression as Markham, the calculating, silver-maned marijuana baron with a philosopher's soul and a gunslinger's menace. Elliott's presence in Justified wasn't long, but it was pivotal. He brought a raw, simmering energy to Markham that only someone with his storied Western resume could deliver. Unlike his usual moral high-ground characters, Markham was a man untethered from tradition. Cold, intelligent, and deeply threatening, he had no problem mowing down anyone who stood in the way of his Kentucky cannabis empire. Watching Elliott lean into a darker edge gave viewers a new appreciation for the veteran actor's range. That experience likely didn't go unnoticed by Taylor Sheridan. Sheridan, himself a modern-day bard of Western grit, has a sixth sense for casting actors who embody the rugged authenticity his worlds demand. He brought Kevin Costner to television in Yellowstone, turned Kelly Reilly into a breakout star, and gave Elliott the spotlight in 1883, where he played Shea Brennan, a grief-racked Civil War veteran leading settlers west. Elliott was devastatingly good, stoic, philosophical, and occasionally brutal. But that performance, while unforgettable, leaned more toward the noble cowboy archetype. Sheridan's next casting choice seems poised to draw on an even broader slice of Elliott's potential. While specific details about Elliott's new Sheridan role remain under wraps, insiders hint at a character who straddles both sides of the law, an aging outlaw turned kingmaker in a dusty border town straining under modern pressures. Think less John Wayne, more No Country for Old Men. It's a chance to fuse the Old West with the moral ambiguity of today's world, a space Elliott hasn't fully explored on screen until now, despite the glimmers we saw in Justified. And that's what makes this casting so special. Elliott's Markham in Justified was more than just a villain. He was a reflection of how progress and corruption often wear the same face. He wasn't evil in the traditional sense, but rather a man with a vision and no patience for small minds. It was a performance laced with intelligence and quiet power, something Sheridan could now rechannel into a more expansive leading role. Fans of Justified will remember how Markham's every word carried weight, even when he wasn't the one holding the gun. He could command a scene with a whisper, a raised eyebrow, a pause. That kind of presence is rare, and Sheridan, no doubt, intends to wield it like a weapon. There's also the undeniable symmetry here. Justified deconstructed the romanticism of Western heroes, turning them into flawed, cynical lawmen doing their best in a world that had lost its moral compass. Sheridan's work builds on that foundation, weaving together generational trauma, land disputes, and the slow decay of American ideals. By pulling Elliott from the Justified roster and giving him a seat at his ever-expanding table, Sheridan is connecting two branches of the same narrative tree. Another layer of intrigue is the timing. With Justified, City Primeval recently reigniting interest in Oliphant's character, and Sheridan's universe continuing to grow across multiple series and spin-offs, Fans are increasingly hungry for interconnected stories that honor the past while forging ahead. Could Elliott's new character exist in a world where Raylan Givens once drew his colt? Could we see quiet nods to Harlan County as Sheridan maps his new Western terrain?